couple of jump shots as well, as he has 14 points. A turnover by the Leathernecks. Now Durham's all alone, and he'll throw it down.
Franklin, Jackson Davis, nice adjustment. Trayce Jackson Davis with the bucket.
The young freshman. Oh, there you go. That is why he was a McDonald's All-American. Plays like we just witnessed. Jackson Davis. The kid's so good they had to name him twice. Big with the left hand to put the Hoosiers up 11.
They closed out. They had their hands up. That was just good performance by Darian Adams.
Cutting to the basket. Jackson Davis gets the feed, plus the foul on the assist from Race Thompson.
5 to shoot. Devontae Green, he hit a 3 earlier. This time he gives it off to Jackson Davis, and he hits.
Armand Franklin tracks down the loose ball. Bounce pass in. TJD with a slam. And 7 rebounds as a standout for IU early.
Yeah, and look.
He's having one of the best games of his life here tonight. Jackson Davis all the way. Wow, from the freshman.
Athleticism, Trayce Jackson Davis. Game so nice.
Archie Miller's going to ride with Anderson on the floor. Here's Green now up top. Nice catch and finish by Jackson Davis.
No need to settle for something quick. Shot clock's at 4. Trayce Jackson Davis with the fadeaway good. 2-possession game. Full arsenal has been on display. You roll, you seal. This is a very difficult shot. Pretty good job by Ouedraogo of forcing it.
Coming off a bruised right knee in that last game, left in the first half. They didn't know if he didn't return in the second half, but the holiday break has been good to him. Alley-oop! Jackson Davis with the finish.
But again, Finney, he run.
Durham.
To Trayce Jackson Davis. Bringing down the house with a little alley-oop. Let's go back to the alley-oop. It's a BTN standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
Al Durham finds his freshman teammate. Not a lot of resistance at the top of the zone because they gave him so much room, packing it in, waiting for the outside shot. Instead of settling for the shot, Durham attacks.
Tennessee probing, lobbing,
Jackson Davis. 4-point Indiana lead. The fabulous freshman with the flush. It's a BTN standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
And Northwestern just had one of their bigs, Robbie Barron, foul out. A little bit more space inside, but a nice find by Rob Finney. If you're an Indiana fan, you want to see that confidence. You see Jackson Davis gets lost between Spencer and Nance.
as the ball swings around. That's Jerome Hunter's first touch. Double comes on Jackson Davis. Hunter tries it straight away, and he nails it.
7 to shoot. Jackson Davis.
The drop step. Tough shot. And a foul. No.
Will they count it?
They're going to score the goal, or was the foul before? He switches to her favorite show. There's a delay in the
Real
action.
Housewives of Atlanta. Is that your wife's favorite show? Nene and
I don't know if she does.
Cynthia.
Get it to the blocks a little bit. There you go.
Jackson Davis corkscrewing. Yeah, look at Smith was right there.
He sure was.
3, Finney.
If Finney can shoot the basketball, but I love the pass from the inside to the out. Look at the rhythm. Perfectly delivered right on the money.
Deron Davis back out there with 2 fouls. Finney lobbing. Trayce Jackson Davis with a flush.
That's one of those can't happen situations for a really good rebounding team in Indiana. Weston, great find. Oh, Jackson Davis, come on.
For most guys, this is an easy dunk for E.J. Liddell, but Trayce Jackson Davis stays in the play.
I mean, they can certainly see the banners and all, but I don't think anybody be touched. Oh, nice run out. Oh, yeah.
There's the follow for Trayce Jackson Davis.
5 straight points.
That's an empty possession for Minnesota right there. That was a play set for Oturu.
Jackson Davis throws it down! In the face of the barnyard, Trayce Jackson Davis off the feed. The left-hand power, timeout Minnesota.
Going upstairs on the backdoor cut. Aiden gets some. Nice read by the young fella. Goes home with authority. The Hoosiers starting to feel themselves in the barn.
Third all-time on Penn State's scoring list, and he misses there from three. Up ahead, Deron Davis catches, leads for the other Davis. Trayce Jackson Davis throws it down.
The wherewithal to kick it back to your teammate. Wow. That's just... I mean, the look ahead. Big fella realizes I can't do anything with this. I'm going to share. It's a different feel.
Fennessy inside, Jackson Davis fumbled it. Spinning by Stevens and throwing it down. A foul as well.
Look at this. Where he catches it sets this move up. He's a good 4 feet off the block, so it gives him room to move. And Lamar Stevens just...
Collaborative effort between he and Jackson Davis to keep it alive on the offensive glass. Tied at 2. Williams lost it. Davis with a slam.
Trayce Jackson Davis, you got to throw it up higher than that. It's 4 Illinois turnovers and a really nifty finish by Rob Fennessy.
That front court of Jackson Davis and Brooke has been very effective tonight. Here's Jackson Davis. Oh my goodness! Elevates and decimates.
Well, and it's a simple action. Curl, no weak side. The exclamation point. It's a thing of beauty.
And Jackson Davis trying to use that right hand, now going back to the left, and he missed that too. How about 4 attempts? 4 times the charm for the sophomore.
Well, that's the way to live life, right? To enjoy every minute of it.
Please set some standards, high standards, standards of excellence in the search for perfection. It would not be right to put him in the same conversation with people.
Oh, Jackson Davis again, one time.
Beautiful ball movement here. Set the screen, roll to the opening, and then deliver with the hammer. Left-handed. Trayce, throw it down. Reverb. Or the echo pedal on the beam. Over the top, throw it down. Yes, one time. Dead ball, baseline out of bounds play. That's just a total breakdown defensively. And when you're watching somebody throw it down in your face, Spencer Jones is too good a ball player to get posterized like that, but that wasn't his man. And
Fennessy with it now. Dish off to Franklin. Underneath Trayce Jackson Davis. That's as easy as it gets.
He's played terrific basketball the first 2 games, had 15 and 9 in the opener against Western Michigan, and then came back with 18 points against Villanova.
Would step up, and with the collapsing defense on Jackson Davis, he's got to make a big shot down the stretch.
Whoa! Hello, Trayce Jackson Davis.
Gets the ball, attacks, and he said, I'll just take this myself. Boom!
Nice denial defensively by Miller.
And there is the first field goal for Jackson Davis after 6 misses.
Lob inside, good save, and in the corner for 3, it's Al Durham. What a save by Trayce Jackson Davis.
You put a lot of pressure on the Hoosiers.
Ball fake by Fennessy, got him into the paint. There's the hammer from Trayce Jackson Davis. Maybe that'll spark the Indiana offense.
Well, Kevin, when you want to get back in the ball game, you need emphatic plays. And this is as emphatic as we've seen all evening. Nice job by Fennessy setting up his big fella to eat at the rim. Not going to get much more aggressive than that. Trayce Jackson Davis.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to come down with that and try to gather yourself.
Oh, nice move by Trayce Jackson Davis and a good feed by Hunter.
See, that's what I mean. This is the dexterity of a 6'9", 6'10" big. I mean, that is quick. Watch the footwork. He feels Davis. He spins away and goes in for the dunk. You're not going to see many plays.
Indiana has a chance to catch, put it on the floor, and get it up, and you also want to be cognizant of the lob. There it is. This is a simple game, Larry.
Lays it in. Jackson Davis.
Here, good screen. Pass up to Trayce Jackson Davis.
elevates and gets it up over Galloway.
Good pass. And again, beating the double team, Trayce Jackson Davis.
The defense for Indiana, that pack line, has allowed a high percentage. Hawkeyes, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. Nice job off the Garza deflection by Trayce Jackson Davis.
Tennessee over the top. That's what Archie Miller drew up. They were headed in that direction. Jackson Davis, long two, knocks it down as the horn sounds. What a way for the half to finish for the Hoosiers.
Davis had missed the previous shot. Here's a little, not really a high-low, just get him the ball, nothing going on. And he just lifted up and drilled it. Good half for Indiana, great half for Indiana.
Connor, that's for the variety tonight. Big turnover there. 2 in a row.
Anthony Leo with nice hands in the passing lane. Jackson Davis. Indiana.
Armand Franklin, he's the one guy that's kind of kept Indiana in this from the offensive standpoint.
Well, there's an alley-oop for Trayce Jackson Davis. That was a long time coming for the Hoosiers standout.
C.J. Walker, really a starter, but coming back from a hand injury, has been coming in off the bench the last few weeks.
Lost against Ohio State. They gave up an early 19-0 run. But this is a good start up top to Trayce Jackson Davis.
Boy, that was great action on the backside. Oh, it's a beautiful action here. Trayce Jackson Davis, I thought there was a back screen. There was.
Little curl, I like it.
Durham, the drop off, and a hammer from Jackson Davis.
Well, that's one way to guard Trayce Jackson Davis. If the guards can't get the ball to the floor, you don't have to worry about getting in the post.
There's Trayce Jackson Davis bringing the heat early.
A nice two-man action, and whoo! Trayce Jackson Davis from the Bronx bringing it home on the slam.
Jackson Davis, Durham. Leo in the game. Oh, and there's Jackson Davis just pounding it down.
Opened up to ball watch. Helps and pays mightily. Big time with the left. Bang it home.
I would say it's not wise for Indiana to switch that. You cannot put Al Durham on an island like that and expect him to fight for that long. Finally, a ball screen and a hammer.
15 minutes of game action.
Well, you're just making Zach Edey guard in space. You're making him move at 7'4". It's not an easy thing for a big guy like that to do. You bring the ball screen off.
And Jacob Young kicked it back to Trayce Jackson Davis. And then Jackson Davis right down Broadway.
Young trying to keep it up, and then he just brings it back, and Paul McCabe tried to get out of the way. Headband and all.
Baker misses, scoring drought of over 3 minutes. This crowd ready to go nuts. Off the mark. He was a 40% three-point shooter his first season at Northwestern, 44% last year. What a recovery. Jackson Davis with another block.
Trayce Jackson Davis, watch him not give up on the play, keeps it in play, and then he doesn't become a spectator. He sprints. He blocks it on one side, turns and goes up all the way to the other end of the floor. Watch 23. You know what, Brandon? When the big dog runs like that, you don't give him a snack. You give him a full meal. Take that.
Here's the pass outside to Hankerson. He gives it off to Keyshawn Williams. Williams drives to the right, down into the lane. Block shot by Trayce again, out of bounds.
Jackson Davis isolated. An open look. Drained it. Parker Stewart for three.
By the Tigers. Lob to Trayce Jackson Davis for the slam.
Offensive execution, Race Thompson serving him up.
Each of the last 3 years. So it is not often that he has one taken away. But it was there by Race Thompson. Now TJD underneath with the left hand.
6 fouls on Indiana, 4 on Nebraska. Neither team reached the bonus in the first half. McGowan's taking it inside, and Jackson Davis says no.
Wow, Bryce McGowan's had ill intentions at the rim. Trayce Jackson Davis says, welcome to the Big Ten, young fella. McGowan's is trying to turn this one over. Trayce is like, I think you need to get in the weight.
They only have 8 points in the paint right now, and that's job well done by Bray's defense. Now, as I say that, there's the bucket. Only a high-low game as Trayce Jackson Davis goes out.
Finney looking for a three. Got it to go.
So good early on in this game. Here, it's patience. Great kick. Feet are set.
Extraordinary hustle play. Just has a knack for the ball.
Feeds the post.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, by Thompson. We talk about high-low. No help behind.
They're going to get Cobb some shots here. They can keep going inside, and they overhelp.
Davis up and under with one hand.
How about that, using that rim?
He was putting on a show tonight.
Now, you mentioned the dunks. We've got a few. How about you?
That's exactly who he is, and that's what this Nebraska team is missing.
Jackson Davis in the left hand, and that is going to take us to intermission. Fred Hoiberg and company. Johnson, the lob, and the dunk.
You just got to play a little pickup ball and try to grind back in and hit a bunch of threes.
Team Jackson Davis, great shot fake there from Johnson. He'll throw it up. Oh! Oh, man!
Trayce Jackson Davis tired of hearing about Johnny Davis and Keegan Murray and Jaden Ivey, Kofi Krobler, and hey, I'm the All-American. Just put it up there. I'll go get it. Big time put down on the Big Ten Network. Hoosiers rolling.
The Hoosiers can hold for the final shot. Indiana on an 8-0 run. Xavier Johnson driving in. Dropping it off and running into the first half. Jackson Davis with authority. A 10-0 run.
Slow, regain your composure and then do what you do best, which is defend.
Shot the first one.
Johnson, tough pass. Oh, what a catch! Acrobatics from Jackson Davis.
Boy, two teams going at each other. Xavier Johnson running the floor.
Jackson Davis, inside race, Thompson. Left it short, and what a follow by Jackson Davis.
Good pass inside, and look at 3 guys converge on Race Thompson. And that leaves the All-American all by himself. I mean, not.
So he had 9 points and 6 rebounds off the bench in that one. He transferred in from Cincinnati, started at Northern Kentucky. What a great catch and finish. Somebody to get in front of him or give him a bump and knock him off his pass. Set that screen and just rolled hard to the basket. Crowd just stayed a little too long with the ball. You want to stay long enough with the ball.
The guard for this team has been struggling with turnovers the last 3 contests. Nice pass, big to big, finding Race Thompson.
Yeah, just his third 3 in the last 3 games.
They are so good across the lane together. Jackson Davis to Thompson this time.
Xavier Johnson dropping it down inside. Here goes Jackson Davis again. Got it back, lays it in. It's a 9-0 run for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, they seem to be wilting a little bit under the pressure of the Hoosiers defensively. We've seen some unforced turnovers.
Johnson the lob to Trayce Jackson Davis. What a job to secure it and flush it. Jackson Davis doing it all.
Kevin, we got to go back to this one right here. It looked like he wasn't going to be able to catch it. Look at the hands.
Feels a little bit better. You got to get him going. Little double dragon slip, big time.
Man, look at that. Again, Jackson Davis.
Off the mark from Thompson. Offensive board, Jackson Davis, the All-American to Thompson.
Very, very alert play by Jackson Davis there.
They're going to win here at Assembly Hall. They're going to have to make some perimeter jumpers.
Speaking of perimeter jumpers, in and out for Jalen Hood, Shafino, but again, Trayce Jackson Davis.
Look at them. Double team the ball.
Bates up ahead to Johnson. The lob and the reverse. TJD put it on a poster.
Batman and Robin have been doing it all season long, and I'm not sure it's any prettier than this. X gonna give it to you, and TJD doing work, big fella. Indiana's got to find a way to take advantage of that.
Huskers coming off a 10-point win against Creighton, and that's what Derek Walker did in that Creighton game. Drove it right at Ryan Kalkbrenner.
In all of college basketball, Derek Walker had a lane. Thought he had a layup, but Trayce thought otherwise.
46-38. Let's see if this Indiana defense tightens up. Jackson Davis with the steal on Bala.
Good call, really denied beautiful. Look at Johnson.
And no news on an updated timeline for Trayce Thompson and Xavier Johnson. Both of those guys out in depth. Geronimo disrupted that, and Galloway takes it away.
Boy, that's great effort by Jordan Geronimo.
Jalen Hood-Schifino knocks down the three.
Geronimo comes from. He's almost in the corner. Comes along, knocks the ball loose. Trey Galloway comes up with a loose ball, and Indiana's going the other way.
A team that has dropped 6 of its last 9. Jackson Davis in a crowd. Nice defense from Gilmore. Jackson Davis drop step. That's his counter. That spin out on the baseline.
And we see our guy right here. Look at Trayce Jackson Davis. That footwork is off the charts. That's not something you just get taught. You got that naturally.
Nice job pushing Jackson Davis out this far.
Nice footwork. Jackson Davis with a pulverizing of the rim.
Jackson Davis, if you push him out that far away from the bucket, you cannot let him get to his left hand.
And this stretch has come on the heels of that 3-6 stretch in which they were really struggling. Bates goes full court right.
Trayce Jackson Davis. So watch this catch. He's running. He's got Hauser coming over him. He catches it and doesn't put it on the floor and finishes it with the strong left hand. But you want to lob this one up. He turns his back a touch. Boy, the finish is good, but the catch is just as good in the open floor.
So 1-1 situation for the Hoosiers.
This has got to go into Trayce Jackson Davis.
But Schifino penetrates the zone, lays it up, and Trayce Jackson Davis throws it down.
I mean, this is just absurd. He hangs there.
But Schifino, huge first down. Bam! Jackson Davis.
So I don't hear all the newscasts and they win. Oh, major upset. It's not a major upset.
Pocket pass. Jackson Davis rejects Kaufman right at the rim. It's time for Reese Davis, Seth Greenberg, and LaFonso Ellis.
Palmquist had not played since December and then played really well against Minnesota, 13 points.
Ooh, Jackson Davis.
Ooh. Big moments. This is bitter beer face material right there.
Saw him out here about 45 minutes before shoot-around, just putting up threes in an otherwise empty gym. He's hit 2 tonight. There's the first bucket for Jackson Davis. Here's Hood Schifino. Jackson Davis lays it in.
You got Hood Schifino coming off the dribble handoff. You overcommit to his mid-range jumper. The dump down to Jackson Davis.
He had to pivot 3-4 times before he could get the shot off.
TJD, what a move, a spin, and a score.
Oh, and steal! Jackson Davis slams it home. It's a long way for a bounce pass to travel.
McDaniel picked up by Hood Schifino. We're down to 2:43 to play in overtime. Nice handles. McDaniel denied. What a block by Jackson Davis. He came out of nowhere.
For him. Reese hits the free throw, 11-7. Cobb up top for Trayce Jackson Davis.
That's one way to beat the press. Just throw it up the floor and throw it up to Trayce Jackson Davis.
Long range, Lundy circles out.
He is right there, though. He is dangerous. He's 41%.
Nice run. Oh, my goodness. Davis. How about the assist to Galloway?
Delivering the hammer. They look like they're ready to go.